Welcome to this new video where we're going to talk a little bit about Assetto Corsa Evo. This weekend, it was the Sim Racing Expo. A lot of information was shared about the 0.4 and 0.5 updates as well as Assetto Corsa Rally. Also, Saturday featured the first testable preview of the free driving or open world mode. View it however you like. It's coming soon to Assetto Corsa Evo. In this video, I'll show you some new images, though they may not be the best quality. As I mentioned, it comes from the Sim Racing Expo, so it's sometimes blurry or pixelated, but we can still see what it looks like. Previously, we had only seen a few short trailers and some small images. So little recent information was shared about this open world that many players began to think it would be cancelled. No, that's not true. It's on track, and what they're showing is pretty cool. In this video, I'll show you a well-known gameplay from the first part of Open World, launching in early 2025. I'll also recap all the key information about this famous open world, and then I'll also talk to you about some little details we noticed in this gameplay, which are actually pretty cool. So, here are those famous images where we see a Ferrari Purosangue driving through the first part of the open world in Assetto Corsa Evo. This gameplay was recorded with a controller, which sometimes causes the car to move oddly. The first part of the map in open world mode is set for release in early 2026, as announced at the Sim Racing Expo. It was set for summer 2025, but as we've discussed in recent videos, Assetto Corsa Evo's development has been significantly delayed because it's already been the past few months. They tried to fix the core problems of the game, whether it's the physics, multiplayer sessions, or the monetary system. Essentially, all existing game functionality before adding new features or content. The roadmap is about 6-7 months behind, so we'll have to wait longer before driving on the Nürburgring circuit's famous roads. Indeed, for those who have never heard about the overall open world project, the developers at Kuno Simulatori want to offer. The Eifel region in Germany is an area of about 1,600 square kilometers located around the Nürburgring. What makes this open world special? You'll see at the end of this gameplay. It's that, since the whole area is around the Nürb will be open and you can reach it without having to go through a menu. Or 100 years of loading, you can just drive straight into this famous open world. The area is about 1,600 square kilometers, 10 to 15 times bigger than the Forza Horizon 5 map, which was created by a much larger budget studio than Kuno Simulatori. We know the developers will add pieces gradually. So now, we're going to get the Nürburgring coming in version 0.4, which won't include the open world yet, but will be necessary for the open world, because, as I was telling you, everything is going to revolve around this famous Nürburgring. We're going to have the first open world area coming, which will be the surroundings with several dozen square kilometers around the Nürburgring, which will be added. And as updates are released, we'll have new neighborhoods, new areas that will appear farther and farther from the Nürburgring. There will still be several special features. These are reminders, not new info, but they're still important. Basically, the things that show that Assetto Corsa really wants to do things with passion. First of all, the developers want there to be traffic. They want there to be NPCs. They will create a system of shops you can access by driving in the open world, where you can spend money on car upgrades or customizations. Knowing that they have partnered with real physical stores that actually exist near the Nürburgring, which are actual shops, either car parts stores or car rental shops. In those places, you can pay a small fee to access a car for an hour, like driving on the Nürburgring with friends. That's pretty cool. We know that much later. And maybe that's where Assetto Corsa Rally will make its mark. An off-road area will be added around the Nürburgring, in the famous Eifel area. And for everything else for the rest of this open world, the developers will listen to what the community wants. There was a moment, and I want your opinion on it. By the way, in the comments about this, the possibility was mentioned that one day we might have police for sight races. So, what do you think about that? I have to admit, I don't see much point in that on Assetto Corsa. This shows the developers are very open-minded about the famous open world. One of the special features is that it's fully modeled at real scale. First, the roads we'll see in the game are exactly the same as in real life. Thanks to a new laser scan technology developed by the game studio, about 99% of the buildings in this open world are real structures, including houses, decorations, trees, fences, anything you want. Most of the things you'll see there are things you can find exactly the same in real life if you go around the NERB. And by the way, the developers specified that they didn't simplify the open world. especially around the NERB. Many real-life country roads are narrow but allow cars to pass each other. It's complicated by car when another car is coming from the opposite direction. Or overtaking, it's almost mission impossible. All these small roads haven't been widened. Like it could have been the case in a lot of games that might have wanted to be a bit easier, a bit more arcade-like. Here you can forget all that. It will really be true to reality. Let's discuss the details. It looks nice though. As I mentioned, the video encoding isn't great. It's a bit pixelated, but you can still see that there are some nice little lighting effects, some nice little mists, and some pretty cool particle effects. A lot of vegetation, a lot of signs, a lot of buildings. And still, it probably needs a good bit of polish, for example, to improve the quality of the buildings. That kind of thing. It's still pretty cool to see. An open world that features realistic driving, since Assetto Corsa Evo's driving is truly excellent. Plus, an open world with direction. A neutral artistic direction. That is to say, it doesn't have super saturated colors, it doesn't have cell shading, it's really something classic, clean, and neat. And personally, I think that's pretty cool. There are several nice little details in this short gameplay, especially the pedestrians. They're not everywhere or just anywhere. It's a bit like Forza Horizon. Most pedestrians are in areas cars can't reach, so don't expect to make a Carmageddon remake. That's not possible, but are there any? That's cool, because it brings life to large areas, especially since they're moving. Unlike the static ones in Forza Horizon, you can sometimes see them walking around, making the world feel more believable. There are already some cool details to notice. You can see a well-established dealership, likely an accessible spot and point of interest, with several civilians nearby. There are also small speed radars like those at village entrances that display a smiley face based on your speed. So here, it seems to be working and showing a little frowning smiley, because the BMW that's passing by is clearly going over the speed limit. We also see at one point an Alfa Romeo waiting at a gas station, because indeed, normally, we'll be able to and even have to manage our fuel, and maybe have to go fill up if needed. These are just small details you might think are useless, but for a game that aims to offer a nerve-wracking experience as if you were really there, but remotely, on your PC, it's still pretty cool. Then, we have the final sequence, which is nice too, showing the railway Hipporysange arriving at the nerve center. With the official entrance with the little toll you have to pay that gives you access to the tourist version of the Nordschleife. So it's pretty cool to have all these little images. It already lets us be sure that the open world hasn't been abandoned, that it's still in development, even if it's been delayed a lot. At first glance, the promises made before early access appear to have been kept. So yes, a lot of things still need a major polish, a lot of details, especially the graphics, but it still looks pretty promising. Here's the complete unedited gameplay footage. You'll sometimes spot small images hinting at 0.5's arrival more than free roams. If you want to learn about 0.5, check out the video I made recently discussing upcoming cars and tracks. Like this video to support the channel and subscribe for more content. Because obviously Assetto Corsa Evo is really one of the games I'm following very closely. Don't forget that I also do live streams on Twitch. Stop by to say hi or catch live updates with me. Follow and subscribe to support the channel. All that's left is to wish you a great day. See you tomorrow for the next video. Take care. Ciao.